friend of me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war, wage a war against mediocrity. It ain't no friend of me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war, wage a war against mediocrity. It ain't no friend of me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war, wage a war against mediocrity. It ain't no friend of me.
What's up out there, friends and family? It is your boy, the motivational teacher to the masses, coming to you again with another edition of Motivational Monday. Woo! Let me know, where are the hungry? I say it every Monday, man. I love to see who's ready to hop on, who's ready to break bread. I hope everybody's having a sensational Monday afternoon, and the rest of your week is going as well. So for you all who's just listened to this replay, please allow me about 1 minute as I share this to my other outlets. So if you're out there, I'm starting to see eyes starting to mount up. If you would, please say what's up. Say what's up. Let me know who's out there. Love seeing who's here, just so we can speak back. And again, tonight is going to be a conversation that's going to bless us, that's going to get us moving in the right direction. I am very excited. Let me share this to my other social media outlets. Hey, what's up, Shamika? Thank you for sharing it. Lady Queen, I'm actually pull in something you said about 3 weeks ago on BTN tonight. So thank you for joining us. If you're out there, say what's up. Let me know who's out there. And please, if you would, please type names in and invite other people to come join us tonight. Tonight is going to be a phenomenal conversation going into 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, if we do not get new information going into 2021, we're bound, information that we make actionable, we're bound to live the same results we did in 2020. That's the only way to change the results in 2021, is to get new information that you're able to act on. And that's why making sure that you place your personal growth is so important early on. So if you would, please share, type names in, and invite a few more people. I know my invitation said 9:30 tonight. Looked like it was off, but it's actually going on 8:30. So I hope people can get the and see the notification. All right, I got to share it one more place, and we gonna get ready to break this bread up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for joining us tonight. I am your boy, the motivational teacher to the masses, your host. And actually, ladies and gentlemen, all I'm doing is facilitating this conversation between a group of individuals that's waging war on mediocrity. So I starting to see the eyes add up. If you would, please share like this. And if you would, please say hello so we'll know who's out there and what you're up to. All right. So again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited about being here with you tonight. And tonight, again, we're going to make this one a bread-breaking experience. For a brief moment, I want to talk to you about it's working for you. It's working for me. I need you to make it personal. I need for you to go in the chat box and put it's working for me. It is working for me. I need for you to go to chat box and say it's working for me. I want you to make this personal and not only just listen to the words that I say, but I want you to listen to the words underneath what I say, because those are the words that's going to drive change in your life. I'm about to break bread tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I need for somebody to say in the chat box, it's working for me. Motivational teacher to the masses. Are you telling me in the midst of a pandemic, it's working for me? Motivational teacher to the masses. Are you trying to tell me that in the midst of a recession, it's working for me? Motivational teacher to the masses. Are you trying to tell me that in the midst of me having to take my mother to the hospital, me having to take my sister to the hospital, me having some family member that I've lost because of COVID-19, are you still saying that it's working for me? Motivational teacher to the masses. I understand that you got a goal and you have a job tonight to motivate the masses, but don't take me for not being living on this earth. But I want you to stay here tonight, because I'm going to talk to you tonight. And you know me, I get into that deity, but I get into that humanity as well. Tonight, we're going to talk to that side of you that sometimes hurts because it's not going the way that you think it should go. I need for you to know tonight, it's working for me. It's working for me. It's working for me. And I'm going to say it 50 times because I want to burn this in your brain, and you will understand the premise of which I speak as we finish talking in this conversation. But I need for you to really say and dig in and say, yeah, it's working for me. It's working for me. I know it doesn't look like it right now, but it's working for me. I was doing a little research. And as I was doing research, I was looking at the process that it takes to make a diamond. A diamond is a rare, valuable jewel. And I was looking at the process of what a diamond has to go through in order to be a diamond. That a diamond has to go under intense heat, north of 2,000 degrees. And the diamond has to be crushed below the earth's surface in order to be pushed out to become a rare form of jewel, to become a diamond. The value of a diamond is expensive. Why is the value of a diamond so expensive? It's expensive because of how rare, check your boy out, how rare a diamond is. And because it's so rare that the value of that diamond is increased. I'm going to break bread tonight. And tonight, I know you say motivational teacher to the masses. Like I'm looking at my story and I'm trying to find my advantage that I've had in my life up until now. You know, I'm looking at my story and I see how I haven't had the advantages that other kids have had in their life. I'm looking at my story. I don't have the advantages of some other people may have on my job. Motivational teacher to the masses. I'm looking over my life and I don't see what I think I need in order to fulfill the purpose of God in my life. Help me, motivational teacher to the masses. I'm going to help you tonight. What's up, Vaniqua? Thank you for joining us. I'm going to help you tonight because there's so many of us. I don't believe that they're born winners and they're born losers. I believe that there are people that just haven't found a way to win. That I've been going through from one storm to the next, and I've been bouncing around in my life with no true purpose and no true passion because my only goal, or not my only goal, but out of necessity, I'm just only trying to make it through the day. Come on, Charlotte, you know we're gonna do it. Thank you for joining us tonight. And we've got lost somewhere between that pressing place and the diamond that pops out on the other side of the earth. Oh, I'm going to break bread tonight. I'm going to break bread tonight because some of us, we need to know that it's working for me. I need somebody to say that. Tonight, we're going to talk about it's working for me. And I got to set this story up correctly because some of us have gone through some things that have been unfortunate. Some of us, and you see I'm twisting in my chair already, and I'm about 5 minutes in, man, this is going to be an awesome motivational month. I'm already twisting already, and I haven't even gotten into the meat of what I'm talking about right now. Y'all better go ahead and tell your mama them. I see my mama that hopped on here. Tell your cousin them. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, the best gift that you can give someone, I think Lady Queen I Am said it's Sunday, is tagging them in this video. You want to bless someone, you want to give a gift, give the gift of information because everything starts with the gift of information. Please like and tag someone in this video. But I need for you to know it's working for me. Yeah, it's working for me. It's working for me. And I'm telling you, I'm going to say it so many times tonight that I'm going to burn this in your heart and in your spirit. And as you go into 2021 in the midst of a pandemic, you go in and say, man, I may not understand, but what I do know, it's working for me. It's working for me. Boy, I'm about to break bread. And one of my favorite, one of my favorite scriptures in the book. Thank you, Tanya, for typing Roxanne and then tell Roxanne to come on, hop on here. I'm about to get going. I'm already twisting in my chest, so I'm trying to hold my mule and try to build the story up so y'all know exactly what I'm talking about because I want to lay this precept upon precept. So go ahead and tell them to come on, as Lady Queen would say, in the room. It's working for me. One of my favorite scriptures, Romans 8:28, and we know that all things work together for the good of them that love God and to them that's been called according to his purpose. Listen to me. And we know that how many things, not some things, not good things. And we like quote, all good things in my life came from God. We love quoting those scriptures, and it's okay. We like to have that euphoria when it comes to God and think that God is all about the good in our life and think that God is all about just the positive in our life. But it says that we know that all things is working for me. All things work together for my good. All things work together for my good. I remember when my wife is on here, when she and I, we had been married almost a year, and we were about 8 months pregnant when when I had got a phone call. My first time ever being laid off in my life. They said, "Hey, I will need everybody to sit by the phone." And as we sat, as I sat by the phone, I'm like, okay, I got good numbers. They gonna keep me. Like, ain't nowhere in the world they gonna lay off one of their top sales representatives. And so I got the phone. I'm like, what's up? Hello. And I heard the news that jarred me at my core, with my wife being 8 months pregnant at the time, that, hey, I had been displaced and they were cutting my position. This was when, at a time when we've been married a year, and we spent every nickel we had on the wedding, pretty much everything we had on the wedding. And here we are now. I had the best insurance. I had a company card, company credit card. Hey, what's up, Antoinette Marie? Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Charlotte, for typing in Henrietta. I had a corporate credit card, a corporate car. I had the best. We paid nothing for insurance or medicine, anything we needed. It was all good. And here's my wife now. We got about 6 weeks before we deliver my first son, and we get that phone. Well, I got the phone call that I had been displaced. And here I am now with no car, no resource, no benefits, no income. And I'm sitting here, and I got that call. And I remember at my core, I was shaking. I was shaking because I had started to put my faith in what was external. Like I had started believing that what was going on the outside was making me what I was on the inside. I had started becoming bold because I knew my numbers were speaking for me. I had started becoming more boisterous because we had it going on at that time. We looked like everybody wanted to be like the Williamses at that moment in time. And when I got that phone call, it shook me at the core because I had started putting my foundation in the external and not the internal. And it shook me to my core. And so here I am now, a six-figure job gone, all the perks that come along with it gone. And here I am now looking at my wife with the big belly at that time. She was nice and pregnant. And I got to say, I was displaced. And at that moment in time in my life, if you isolate that one event now, and this is what a lot of us do, and I'm using me as an example. I isolated that one event and said, God, I did everything you wanted me to do. Why is this happening for me? I'm coming right where you live tonight, because what a lot of us do, us humans, we take one part of our life, we isolate that one piece of our life, and we make permanent decisions based on that one isolated event. I'm going to break bread right now. And we come to a conclusion at that moment in space and time that this is all I could be. This is all that I am. This happened to me. Oh, this line of work or this industry must not be for me. And we make permanent decisions based on that. Well, God must don't love me like I thought he did, or maybe I don't have what it takes to make it in this industry, and they figured it out based on that. And we start making assumptions based on that one isolated event. And for most of us, come on, Benico, thank you for testifying. That was me, and that was you, that was us. Thank you for testifying. And for some of us, we are 45 and 50 years old, and we're still living out of that one isolated event that I got laid off. It must not be me. I had sale numbers, and somehow we take that event and we internalize it. We begin to internalize that event. And as we begin to internalize that event, bitterness start rising up from the inside of us. Now, I can only use my life for this example. I can only use my life. And I went through a crisis of belief where I was wondering, like, can I really hear the voice of God? Because I really believe that me taking this job was was a part of my destiny. I really believed that I could grow with this company. I really placed my faith and my trust in what I was doing at this moment. Where has God gone? Not at one point did I think that was going to happen to me. Man, Vaniqua said it. It was something greater. And for most of us, it is all working for my good. So after I got over my pity party, the motivational teacher to the masses had a pity party. I had to have a woe is me moment. I had to have a moment where I had to step off in my own room and go in my closet and cry and whine and wonder why me. After I had that whole, I took 24 hours just to whine and cry. After I had my day of whining and crying, I had to get back on my feet and say, okay, what's next, God? What are we going to do next? Because I know that this is not the end of my story. And for some of you all out there right now, I need for you to know that it's working for you, but I need you to know that what you went through was never meant to be the end of your story. That event that I went through when I was laid off was never meant for me to put a permanent marker in that place to say, this setback is who I am. And it was definitely not, check this one out, it was not meant for me to make decisions about my future from that position. I just broke bread because most of us make decisions about our future based on a past isolated event that did not go our way. Well, I'm not interviewing for another job because they didn't give me the last. So I'm just going to sit on the sideline. I'm going to hold my ball and I ain't going to worry about playing the game anymore. Or I'm the black sheep of my family. Why should I go to any family reunion and try to say I'm anything different than that? Why don't I just line up? My teacher told me, I had somebody tell me this the other day that I was counseling. Well, my teacher told me that I wasn't smart as my siblings. And so I leaned into what my teacher said. You are making permanent decisions based on one isolated event at time in your life. Imagine that diamond that's underneath the earth's crust. That diamond that's underneath, that's going through intense fire and pressure. I'm going to break bread. I see right now I'm talking a lot better than what y'all saying out there. Facebook. I see YouTube is on fire. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, Vaniqua. I see YouTube is on fire. I'm talking a whole lot better than what y'all saying out there, Facebook. That when that diamond is under intense pressure, what if that diamond judged itself under in that one moment under intense pressure? What if Tyler Perry only judged himself when he have a play every year and 35 people only show up? And he made a permanent decision that my plays do not work. Let me drop Tyler Perry. Let me drop Madea. It's not working. What if he made that permanent decision based on that? And I'm talking about, I want you, it's working for you. Like I need for you to take off your natural eyes and open up your spiritual eyes so you can look from the perspective of a small, I'm about to break bread, G-O-D at your situation and your current circumstance. So you can look at it like a small G-O-D. Stop looking at it from your natural. So I know from the natural right now, I ain't got no job, I ain't got no car. I got to go borrow a ride. I know right now I look broken. Boy, I'm going to tell you, I look broke, but I'm never broken. I'm about to break bread up in here tonight. Stop looking at that isolated event at that one moment in time and judging. So what, you messed up? God knew that was going to, we knew it was going to happen before the foundation. So what, you made a bad investment? That means you're a bad businessman. So what, you picked a bad stock and you lost your money? So what, you took a job that they laid you off in 6 months and it didn't work for you? So what, it didn't work out? So what, your boss don't like you? So what, so what? Come on, ladies and gentlemen. We have to start acquiring thick skin in order to walk out this vision and this purpose in what you have in your life. It's working for you. I need somebody to say it. It's working for me. And so we picked up. I said, hey, obviously, there was no jobs in that city. So my wife and my wife is a trooper. And that's why I said, man, if I got somebody that's down for the cause. If you don't have somebody down for the cause, man, you're missing out. You need to start building that relationship with your spouse in order to get there. And we moved across states. And we moved about 3 hours away from where we are. And we moved to a place where we didn't know anyone. We moved to a place where it was just she and I. And we had our first kid. We moved to where it was just there. And that was the foundation. Man, I didn't know it at the time. Everything seemed so hard that we did, and we cried together. We wondered why is it always so tough on us than it is other people? But it was in the midst of that storm when we moved from Smith Station and we moved all the way to Georgia, and we start building our family. But that moment taught us how to depend on God and how to depend on ourselves, how to depend on each other for our needs. It taught us that as long as our bond is here and it's tied together by the Holy Spirit, that there is no thing greater or stronger than what we can do. I'm about to break bread. If I had never gotten laid off, or if I had never lost my job, I had never lost my benefits, I wouldn't have needed to only have to depend on God and only have to depend on my wife. I wouldn't have needed that moment, but because I got to break bread. Because God is always looking at developing the character of a man before he puts you in your garden. Let me break bread on that moment right there. That each one of you, I see the names, each one of us has a garden of Eden. Notice that when God put Adam into Eden, Eden was already supplied. All Adam had to do was till the ground. That was it. All of his needs and provisions were met already inside of the garden. And not only, but watch this. Let me take this one deeper. All of Adam's needs were met inside the garden, and all the everything Adam needed to meet the needs of the garden were already inside of Adam. I just broke bread. Everything Tyler Perry needed to build TPS Studios was in him in 2004 when he was putting on bad plays all the way across the country. I just broke bread. Everything that he needed was already on the inside of him, but the pressure has to develop the character of a man to withstand the blessing. Tyler Perry right now is one of the most generous people on earth. Why? Because he had to go through something to get what he got. He had to go through something to get what he got. And for most of us, we don't want to have to go through the pressure of becoming a fine, rare diamond to recognize our value. But we got to understand they all things. See, I've taken this perspective in life. That nothing happens to me. All things happens for me. Let me say that again. Nothing happens to me. All things happens for me. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's neutral, all things work together for my good. Well, and you know what? I had COVID and it was tough for me to breathe. And you know, I went through this situation where I had cancer and I had to battle cancer and I overcame it. You know what? All things work together for your good. It's never, listen to your boy, it's never about what happens to you. It's always about your response to what's going on around you. It's never about what's happening externally. It's always what's happening internally. You got to go through some things to get to the next level of life. See, that's the thing that most of us want. We just want to float through life. You got to understand you'll never get God's best, or you'll never accomplish the total will of God for your life if your only goal in life is to never go through anything. I'm telling you, the most successful, I heard T.D. Jakes telling his testimony one day. He said he was going into places preaching with holes in his floor, talking about holes in his shoes, talking about prosperity. If you want something, you have to be willing to go through something. There is no such thing as just getting, I just fell on top of the mountain. If you want to get on the mountain, ladies and gentlemen, you better saddle up and get ready to take your steps. All things work together for my good, who've been called according to his purpose. Ladies and gentlemen, the challenge with most of us is we don't know what our purpose is. And so therefore, we don't know what we go through benefits us. Understanding your purpose and having a clear, defined vision for your life gives you the doggonedness to get through what you got to get through to go to the other side. It's okay to not live the life that the person before, my mom did this, my grandmom did this, so that means I have to do this, or my dad did this, they did this, so that means I got. No, it's okay for you to go another route to get to where you want to go. You got to allow yourself the freedom to be able to think outside of the box and to come up outside of the system. Like, we believe, like, for my industry, I don't know what y'all want to do, but for the motivational speaking industry, we believe that where I gotta have somebody famous discover me. I gotta get called, get with somebody that's got a national following, and they need to endorse me. I'm telling you, that's not the only way to be known in my industry. That's not the only way to be known in motivational speaking. Or some of you all may have a restaurant where I gotta get me a James Beard Award before I get noticed, before I get put on the map. It's not the only way to come through the system, ladies and gentlemen. It's not the only way to come through the system. We got to understand that there's that God got 100 million ways to get you where you need to be, but our awakened I am has to be ready to withstand the process of getting you to the next level. And for me, the best way for me to understand is to know that all things work together for the good of those that have been called. When I went through being laid off, it was one of the tough times. But I can tell you right now, 12 years later, my relationship with my wife is the strongest because of that stint of where we had to struggle to make it. And all we had was to depend on one another. Now, it was never meant for us to struggle for the next 25 years of our life in that same place. It was meant for us to be there that season. And it was what we did with that information. I'm about to break bread that changed our life for the next 10 years. And for some of us, we have to change the information that we tell ourselves. We have to change the story that we're telling ourselves about that situation in order for me to be able to change my manifestation. You can, unless you change the inside, the outside stays the same. I just broke bread. Unless you change the core, the fruit stays the same. As long as there's an apple seed in that ground, that tree is going to produce apples. If you want to see oranges, you got to change the core. And for so many of us, we've allowed the external to define the internal. I just broke bread right there. I get into this conversation every Motivational Monday, every Bridge of the Nations. I get into this same conversation. Why? Because you can't allow what goes on out here, and I say out here, I'm talking about in this world, to affect what's going on in here on the inside of you. The moment you allow the world and its system, the moment you start allowing the world and its system to influence who you are, you start losing that's when you start losing the ultimate game of life as it relates to the kingdom and your purpose and your destiny in this earth. That's when we start losing right there. When we allow the stimuli. I know listen, man, ladies and gentlemen, life for me ain't been no crystal stair, and I know life for you ain't been no crystal stair. But the challenge for every human is to let God be true and every man a lie. The challenge for us as a human is to not to let this negative world system seep into the inside of us. That's the challenge for us. And Lady Queen, I want to pull this point. Lady Queen said it on Bridge of the Nations about 3 weeks ago. And I'm telling you, if y'all not getting this stuff, y'all missing out. That we have to look at life. Man, I'm about to break bread from the perspective that I have been beautifully broken. Boy, I'm about to break bread. That I have been beautifully broken. Understand that the things that I went through listen, am I messing with some of y'all religion? Even the things that I did wrong that caused me to have some hardships in life, even those things were a part of me being beautifully broken. I'm about to break bread. And see, we've told ourselves, because I had an abortion, because I had a divorce, because I've done these things, or I've lied, I've cheated on, I stole, I killed, because we've done those things, that we believe that we're disqualified from the true riches. I'm telling you, even those things work together for your good. If you understand how you process that information and understand that what I went through, I learned this lesson. And because I'm applying this lesson to my life, I no longer have to go through this again. Even that, ladies, works for your good. You have been beautifully broken. I want you to look at the things that you went through. Yeah, well, why did I have to go through this? Why did I have to do this? Ladies and gentlemen, we have to stop looking at life as one isolated event. Stop saying, why did it have to go this? And start saying, what can I learn from it? I just broke bread. What can I learn? Yeah, my dad was in out of prison. My uncles were in out of prison. I was the first one on my dad's side to get a high school diploma. I was the first male on my dad's side to get a college degree. We got to stop asking ourselves, why I wasn't born to, a household that had millions of dollars, or why wasn't I born to this one? Why didn't I didn't grow up at this private school, or I didn't have this growing up, and I'm so broken, and I don't have enough in order to accomplish what God, and we want to blame everything outside of us, and we don't want to answer to the internal, which is driving the results we see on the external. It ain't why did it happen? It's like, what can I learn? If we change that stance in our life, you change your manifestation. All things work together for your good. All things work together for your good. I don't care what it is. That thing where I got diagnosed with diabetes, or I got diagnosed with this, or this happened to me. All things work together. See, something we talk about faith, but when it's time to have faith, most of us are stuck in fear. Most of us are stuck in fear. When it's time to walk in faith, when it's time for you to move in your God-given authority, most of us respond in faith, in fear. Why? Because we haven't looked at our situation for what it is and say, what can I learn from it? Because God is trying to get you somewhere. Now, let me rephrase that. I got to change that. The great I am is trying to awaken your I am to get you to the place where you get maximum manifestation in your life, where you're moving in the place of your destiny and your calling. 3 ways to ensure that all things. What's up, Pat? Thank you for joining us. Hey, Lisa, thanks for joining us. Yep, Shamika, a straight up pity party, and we will call the one person we know that will help us in that pity party. We'll call that one person. Hey, help me cry right now. Help me moan. Help me figure this thing out. Help me complain about my situation more. And all you're doing is just digging your ditch. You're digging your ditch, and you're placing your own self in that ditch. Ladies and gentlemen, you have more power than what you know. You have more power than what you know. If you take this stance, no matter what happens in your life in 2021, no matter what, the good, bad, and different, understand that all things work together for my good. You have to be able to treat, I love Rudyard Kipling, you have to be able to treat triumph and disaster and treat them two imposters just the same. I ain't gonna get too high, I ain't gonna get too low. I'm staying right there in the middle. In both situations, I'm asking myself the question, what can I learn from this experience? God, what are we going to do with, how are we using this to awaken my I am? It's time to get moving, ladies and gentlemen. You're more powerful than what you know. Hey, Virginia, thank you for joining us. You are more powerful than what you know. 3 ways to ensure that all things works for you. Number 1, don't get stuck and bitter. I almost changed and put another one. Number 1, don't get stuck and bitter. A heart stained in anger grows in bitter. And for most of us, and for a lot of us, I gotta say this, ladies, I'm the motivational teacher to the masses. I gotta say this. For most of us, the majority of where we fall is in areas of our life where we get bitter. Areas of our life where we find a reason why I have been mistreated, I have been done wrong, I'm the underdog, or for this reason, or like Benico just said, feeling sorry for myself. Most of the problems that we have in our life comes from the root of bitterness, where he left me when I was pregnant, or she did me wrong with the child support, and now that root of bitterness is driving manifestation. Ladies and gentlemen, the standard that you accept for anything is the standard you accept for everything. Don't allow bitterness. Don't allow yourself to get stuck in a place based on the story that you're telling yourself to keep you from inheriting the true riches, to keep you from awakening your I am. Because the only problem with the situation, okay, let's say you might have been done wrong. I ain't gonna, I don't know, maybe you were. But you gotta get over that being bitterness. Blessings and bitterness can't live in the same house. You gotta choose one and hate the other. How often should I forgive? 7 times? No, 77 times 7. Until you get to the place where you can forgive that boss that let you go, or you can forgive that spouse that walked out on you, or you can forgive that kid that cussed you out. Until you're able to walk away from that root of bitterness, you're limiting what you can do in your life. And to be honest, most of us are stuck in the same cycle because of that. Well, I didn't go to college and I was supposed to go to college. Get over it. Number one, get over you. If God can use a donkey, he can definitely use a person that don't have a college degree. Get over you. Get out of that root of bitterness and start moving into your blessings. Get over it. Don't allow somebody that walked out on you to still control your life. If somebody walked out on you and not in your life, you allowing that thought of them or that still to control your life, you're giving up what God has already given you. You don't have an enemy. I'm about the issue is you. Say that again, Charlotte. And I'm the motivational teacher. You don't have an enemy. It ain't the devil stealing your blessing. It ain't your boss trying to keep you from being great. It's you keeping you from being great. You got to walk away from that root of bitterness. I'm telling you right now, if you come on, Virginia, get up and move on. What's up, Q? If you don't walk away from that root of bitterness, it's going to continue to pull you down into that pit, and you'll never manifest your destiny upon this earth. Don't blame mama. Don't blame him that walked out. Don't blame the family. You only got you. You will stay in that situation until your mindset changes. You have to change it. Don't get stuck in bitter. That's number one. Don't get stuck in bitter. Number two, don't wish life was easier. Wish you were better. Ooh, I just broke bread. Don't wish life was easier. Wish you were better. And when we moved to Dublin, Georgia, boy, I tell you, it laid the foundation for the motivational teacher to the masses, because we had nobody that we only had each other to count on. And so when we were in that small space, we had no money. I was just getting me a job. I had to work some weeks in the hole. We started the Dave Ramsey Money Management System, where we did everything cash. Everything I learned about money, that was the foundation of me becoming a stockbroker, is because we were flat broke, and I knew I had to get new information on money. So people look at how we live and where we sit today and how we do things. We virtually got no debt, and how we do that. It's because when we were broke, we got new information. And I didn't say, hey, I did say this. Let me take this back. I said, man, why is it always so hard for us? Why we always seem like we got to go through? The greater the calling, the more you have to go through, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, if you were just meant to be some peon, you don't have to fight great battles. You don't have principalities and forces fighting against you, or people fighting against you because your calling is minute. Only the people that have been called to greatness got gravitational pull against them, and you got to overcome it. Oh, don't wish it was easier. Grant me the strength and the serenity to get above it. Boy, I'm breaking bread right now. Until you're able to ball up your fist and say, doggone it, I will not compromise one thing that the great I am has already given me. I'm going to fight past whatever this thing is in my life. It won't hold me down. You got to get that doggone dog. That's why I say you got to get this information, because this information with action makes you bold. Some of us have been too timid in our life because we ain't had the right picture of who we are. You have dominion. You have been given authority upon this earth. Stop talking like you somebody that ain't got no backbone, no spine. Stand up in your truthful authority and who you are. God dog it. You're going to have to fight for this. You're going to have to fight for this. You're going to have to want this. If you ain't willing to fight for it, you need to stop talking about it. If you ain't willing to get up and say, okay, what I need to do today to be better, then you need to stop talking about it. I get tired of people making all these bold confessions, these broad proclamations on January 1st, and they never put any feet behind to do what the first moment of opposition, they get mad and give up. Oh, why is it me right now? Why is my life so toxic turbid? Stop crying about it. Stop wishing it was easier. And start becoming better. That's why I told you all that discipline and consistency gets you everything out this life. Discipline and consistency gets you. That's why I challenge you. Okay, go back and listen to this video 4 or 5 times. #1, #3. Why? I'm not asking you to do that for my ego. I'm asking you to do that because the information that you take in, eventually you'll start adding action to it and you can create different results. But until we're able to add discipline with consistency in order for us to be better, our life will not get easier. Les Brown said, you got to do it hard if you want an easy life. But if you want a hard life, do what's easy. If you continue to do what's easy, your life is going to be hard. Continue to just, I'm just barely getting by. I ain't going to do any more than what's being asked. Then your life is going to be hard. But the moment you start doing what's hard, you'll start seeing that your life will start to become easier. Not because your life is easier, but because you are better. I can't get bitter. I'm too much chasing better. We got to change what we focus on, ladies and gentlemen. I can't focus on the hurt and the pain. I got to focus on my deliverance. I got to focus on how I'm getting out this situation. I don't have time to cry about what I lost. Boy, I got to break bread. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. If I don't have it in my life, it means it wasn't necessary for my destiny. I can't worry about why it left. I got to worry about what's in here now. I can't worry about what I don't have. I got to focus on what I do have. I'm breaking bread up in here tonight. Don't wish it was easier. Yep. Wish it was better. That was me wasting time trying to figure it out what all I could have prevented. No, I ain't got time to waste on trying to figure out what I can prevent. What do I learn from this situation? And let's keep this train moving. Let's keep this train moving. Discipline and consistency gets me everything I want. Come on, Keisha, I can't get bitter. I'm too busy getting better. And most of us, we sit there and wallow in our life of pity, and we keep having these same old negative thoughts that every time I had a negative thought about where he walked by, I mix it with the emotion I had at that moment, and I relive that moment. And that moment is killing you from the inside out. Instead of you saying, okay, let me learn from this moment, you keep rehearsing that moment, and you bound to repeat it. It's funny that I do life coaching. And it's where every time I always attract this kind of job, or I only have these kind of bosses that don't appreciate me, or I only attract men that just won't see what they can get from me. They never want to bring anything. Newsflash, that man and that boss is not the problem. Newsflash, you keep rehearsing those thoughts, reliving those emotions, and you're attracting the same thing you've always attracted. If you don't get anything else from this Motivational Monday, I just broke bread. Change your thinking, you change what you attract. I just broke bread. Don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. Don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. And number 3, last but not least, number 3. And I hinted around this about 3 weeks ago, and I saw somebody put this in the chat. And I said, I got to make this a point tonight. And eventually I'm going to make this a whole Motivational Monday. Number 3, get your head in the game. Get your head in the game. I need for you to own 6 inches of real estate. The most important real estate upon this earth is 6 inches. It's the 6 inches between these 2 ears. I need for you to own those 6 inches. I need for you to own this space in between your ears and behind your eyes. If you can own those 6 inches, if you can own what you think, if you can own what you hear, if you can own what you see, I'm about to break bread. You can own your manifestation. Get your head in the game. Any thought that passes through here that I don't like, I take it captive. Why? Because I'm that guy. I'm that guy. I'm wishing I was better. In order for me to be better, I got to have better thoughts crossing my synapses. I'm that guy. If it's not my original thought, I take it captive. My original thought is I'll never be broke, busted, or disgusted another day of my life. Anything that goes through my mind that's contrary to that is not my own words. And that is a thief and a robber. And I got to take those words and hold them captive. And see, some of us right there, we're allowing too many thoughts to live in our mind rent free. And those thoughts are creating emotions. And because my thought says that it's not working for me, I start getting manifestation where it's not working for me. Get your head in the game. The most important real estate in your life is the 6 inches right here between your ears. If you control those 6 inches, trust me, you control what you attract. I need for you to go into 2021. This is the last Monday of 2020. I need you to go into 2021 with one thing on my mind. All things work together for my good. I don't care if they tell you you've been laid off, you've been fired. I don't care if they tell you you got cancer. I don't care if they tell you you got COVID. I don't care if they say you can't do it. I don't care if you interviewed 5 times, go back 6. I don't care if your kids ain't spoke to you in 6 years. Pick up the phone and call your kids, because you know all things work together for my good. I got to walk out of 1, my root of bitterness. Number 2, I got to get better. And number 3, I got to keep my head in the game. I got to keep my head in the game. I got to control what I think. I got to control what I see. I got to control what I hear. I was talking to somebody today that said, man, I can't watch what I used to watch anymore. I said, you know why? Because you starting to get your head in the game. The moment you get your head in the game, you'll understand I can't be with the people I was with 6 months ago. Come on, Tamiko. I can't be with the person I was with when I was with a year ago. I can't talk on the phone to this person another 45 minutes, or I can't go to the same place I went a year ago. Right now, my head is in the game. My head is in the game, and I have a clear vision of what my future looks like. And if your talk, listen to your boy, if your talk or your existence in my life don't line up with where I'm going, I gotta let you go. I got to let it go. I got to let you go. No hard feelings. But right now I'm going somewhere, and I have to control my real estate. I have to control my real estate. If I'm failing at controlling my real estate, it's just a matter of time before my manifestation follows what I'm thinking, what I'm hearing, and what I'm seeing. What I speak, I understand, and I think is driving the manifestation in our life. I need you to see life from the perspective. I'm not looking to be a victim any longer. I'm not looking for a way out. I talk to my son about this all the time, who's sitting on the floor listening to me. I'm not looking for the easy way anymore. If I continue to make decisions that's going to make my life easy, my life is going to be hard. I'm no longer looking for the shortcut. I'll speak to the mountain, be cast out, removed, be moved into the sea. I'm not asking for the mountain to be removed in the sea. I'm asking for me to be stronger, to be better, and to have creativity and ingenuity over how to get over that mountain. Ladies and gentlemen, we going into 2021. I can't go into 2021 the same way I went into 2020, lest I walk in. What's up, Julian? Thank you for joining us. Lest I walk into the same results I had last year. I can't look for the shortcut anymore. I can't look for the easy way anymore. I can't call and ask somebody else to do my work for me anymore. I can't look to cheat time on my job. I can't look to cheat on my taxes anymore. I got to stop looking for the easy way and say, you know what, this time I'm going to take this mountain step by step. I'm going to take this mountain right now. The great I am strengthening my I am. And truth be told, the reason why we take short steps is because we don't believe enough in our I am. Your I am in itself is strong enough. The things that you went through, that you cry about at night, were never meant to hinder you. They were only meant to, thank you, Virginia, to build you into the person you're supposed to be. Stop running from it. Stop running from it. Every time you sit there and you run from what you went through because I feel bad about it, embrace it, because it's making you. Don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. I'm gonna take this thing and I'm gonna like an old town road. I'm gonna ride this joker till I can't ride it no more. What you meant for my harm, God is turning it out to be my good. I ain't running from me no more. I ain't running from my past. I'm not running from what I did anymore. I'm gonna stand in the mirror and own it and move forward from that situation. I'm building right now. Virginia just said it. I'm building right now. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, wipe your eyes. Wipe them tears out your eyes. Get up. Shake the dust off. It was never meant to harm you. It was never meant to kill you. There's greatness on the inside of you, doggone it. There's awesomeness. There's something so special on the inside of you that God had to put a hedge of protection around you himself to make sure that you don't get too far off course. If you're here and you're listening to me, I know that there's something on the inside of you because come on, man. I only ask for the Navy SEALs. I want the Navy SEALs. I don't want, anybody can talk to, infantry. I want the Navy SEALs. I want the Green Berets. Give me the people that we can send on special assignments. That's my prayer. That's my purpose on this earth. I want the people that believe so much so, yeah, I got scars, got some scratches, been through some things. I had a couple of concussions from life. I've been through some things, but you know what? I'm still out here on this field. Why? Because I think it's attached to my purpose and my call in this life. And I know if I'm still on this side of the earth, all things work together for my good. Dry your tears, ladies and gentlemen. Dust off that resume, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and talk to your body. This ease, leave my body. Go ahead and start moving into 2021 in your authority. Go ahead and start moving into 2021. It resurrected the inner me. I love it. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, don't get stuck in bitter. Don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. Get your head in the game. Let's go into 2021 with that happy tears here now. That's what I'm talking about, Vaniqua. Cry them all day because you know what? Man, y'all gonna take me another direction. You know what? Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard what's been laid up. He came so that you can have life. The great I am came so that you can have life and have it more abundantly. Why are we running from who we truly are? Every time we make a story as to why we're running from who we truly are. And I'm not saying be void of emotion. I understand that things happen in life and sometimes you're going to get gut punched. And we're going to take them punches. But I'm asking you, understand, take that punch from the experience of all things work together for my good. I know right now it might not look like that, but I'm telling you, don't judge the diamond based on who it is under pressure. Judge the diamond when it comes out on the other side when you see the value. Likewise, don't judge your life based on one isolated event. If you look at a cake in the process of being baked, if you look at that cake when it's in a cake pan right before it going to the oven, it looked like slop. But when you see that cake when it comes out of the oven, that joker is magnificent and awesome. And I'm telling you, don't judge yourself right before you go in the oven. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to be tested. You're going to have to hit the heat throughout your life, but it's all working together for your good. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight on this Motivational Monday. I knew it was going to be one to remember when I was twisting in this chair 7 minutes in. I want to thank you all for taking time. I know, listen, man, your most precious asset on this earth is your time. And when you invest your time with the motivational teacher, you will get 100% return on that time. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, cry your happy tears right now. I'm with Vaniqua. Go ahead and cry now about what's going to happen in 2021. What's going to happen? Yep, I'm a motivational teacher right now. It's gonna start, end of the year with this situation. No. What's going on internal is more real than what's external. Go ahead, cry your happy tears because 2021 We are going higher. And see, I'm going to challenge you all. I do it every Monday. I'm going to challenge you all. Go back. #1, #2, #3, and listen to this Motivational Monday 3 or 4 or 5 times this week and see. Don't listen to what I'm saying, but listen to the word underneath what I'm saying, because the great I am is trying to strengthen your I am. And it's not necessarily my words where you find what you need. It's in the words under my words that God has given you on what you find what you need, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, Julie. I'm glad you joined us today. Pat, thank you for joining us today. Ladies and gentlemen, another one. I'm challenging you. #1, #2. Please share this word. We're going into 2021 and we're going to be better than we were in 2020. I am the motivational teacher to the masses. I am a John Maxwell certified speaker, trainer, coach. If you're trying to get to the next level of life, please holler at your boy. There's nothing wrong with you, period. You get the information, you add the action, you walk in your wealthy place. And that's something we're going to do more of in 2021 is talk about your money. We're going to talk about your money, and we're going to start talking about how you get money, you save your money so you can fund your own dream, you can fund your own vision. You ain't got to worry about Wachovia or SunTrust or I don't even know the names of banks right now. That's just how we rolling. So I want you to be able to fund your own venture, and we're going to start talking more about money in 2021. Ain't that right, Q? So, and until next time, I'm challenging you to wage war on mediocrity. Thank y'all for joining us. You've been amazing.